Our first guest is Michael Coleman. Michael, he's a singer, he's a songwriter, he's a musician, of course, he's a filmmaker, he's a writer. He does a lot of things, so I can't wait to talk to him. Michael, come on in.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, howdy, cowboy. What you up to? Oh, my. Hello. Michael, welcome to Amber Live. As I said, you do so many things. I think you refer to yourself as a Renaissance man, and I really think that's true. So where did your love or your creativity begin?
You know what? Since I was a child, I've always had a love for the arts. I mean, we always had all kinds of music playing when I was a kid growing up, and my mom used to love to watch the old black and white movies, and the film noir and the B movies, especially the Tarantula, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, those types, and so I've always just loved the arts, and creating something from nothing has just been a passion of mine. From mind to inception, and just bringing it to life. I just love it.
How young were you when you started creating or performing yourself?
I think the very first thing I did was I remember this vividly. My mom used to babysit these two kids, and it was a boy and a girl. And I remember I choreographed my first full-fledged dance routine, and we performed it in the living room. Her name was Chen, and it was to Chic's La Freak, and it was a full-fledged. I was doing the old disco moves. I was picking her up, turning her around, and doing the whole thing. I remember that vividly when I was about 9, I think. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. How did that grow from there? What training did you have, or what education, or what did you do?
Well, it's so funny because a lot of my talent is just natural talent. But when I joined the band and orchestra, when I was in junior high school, we did the marching band. I did the orchestra, and I played violin and percussion, and then it just grew from there. But a lot of my talent is just how I feel it, and just bringing it to life, and it's all natural. It's from a higher power.
Okay, very good, very good. Professionally, when did you start making some money off of your talents?
We started See Your Shadow in 2002. We just released our 20-year retrospective, which is culminating almost the entire catalog, and a lot of things that people didn't even know that we were behind. In terms of I produced the very first country and western hip hop record, and that was in a movie many years ago, way before everybody else was doing it. I said to myself, you know what, we're going to combine these two, and I asked the writer of the official theme song of the NAGAA Softball World Series. When they came to Columbus, Ohio, they commissioned me to write their official theme song.
Okay, what are those letters? What do they mean?
It's the Gay Softball World Series, and
okay.
so it's the largest. A lot of people didn't know this. That is the largest amateur sporting event in the that's held every year in the United States. And so when they came to Columbus, Ohio, they commissioned me to write their official theme song, and it was the first time they ever had an official theme song, and we were really happy to do that project. We got that on the jukeboxes, and then on the heels of that, we did the first ever techno dance version of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" because we were doing the show live. We're doing a live show, and I said, what can we get to get the guys, up and move. And I said, you know what, we're gonna do the first ever techno dance version of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," and that's how we opened the show.
That is so cool. All right, we have a video of one of your songs called "My Worth." Tell the story about "My Worth."
Well, it's so funny. People thought I was crazy. This is actually an instrumental piece, and it's our second iTunes #1. We've had 5 in South Africa, and this was the second of the 2 on the heels of our breakout record, "I Will Tell Jesus You Said Hello." And people thought I was crazy when I said that I'm going to release an instrumental, because you don't do things like that, and you have to. People want you to be inside a box, and I'm like, no, we're going to do something fun with this one. So we released this instrumental that started off with me having a couple of drinks on the bongos and playing bongos after a few drinks, and that's how I laid the foundation for it. And then I just got the musicians in the studio, and then we just put it all together.
Well, let's watch it.
Say I know my worth. I know my worth. Say I Christmas enough, cause we always had it rough. All the thoughts in our head saying we're not good enough. Many lies that we are told from the products that are sold. You're too fat, you're too thin, you're too young, you're too old. Living up to perfection as defined by someone else. Surefire way to lose your sense of self. Your value is the one thing you can demand. Rise up, speak up, it's time to take a stand.
I'm worthy. I'm worthy, worthy. I'm worthy, worthy. I'm worthy, worthy. Say I know my worth. Say I know my worth.
Wow. Okay, you have to explain something. I thought you said instrumental.
Yeah. The original piece, My Worth, that's the name of the instrumental piece. What you guys played was I Know My Worth, which is the female empowerment anthem. So
It was still beautiful. It was beautiful. Nice stuff. So your studio's called See Your Shadow?
Yeah. The name of the organization is See Your Shadow, and the name comes from my birthday being Groundhog Day, and that's where we get the name from. Because when I started out as a writer, I didn't want to just be Joe Blow the writer. So I mean, because everybody in Nashville, I mean, is a writer or in the arts in some kind of way. So what I did was I created the entity known as See Your Shadow. And that's how I present my work. We are an entity, and so when I come into the room, I'm coming representing the entity known as See Your Shadow, but it's really me at the top of the pyramid, and then with the artists that I work with to bring my work to life.
Now, I heard you did a holiday song. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, I've always wanted to do a Christmas record, and was so excited about the Christmas record every year that when we release it, and I just wanted something fun and whimsical and an answer to Grandma Got Run Over, because every year you hear Grandma Got Run Over, and that's the only comedy holiday song that's generally played every year. And I was like, you know what, there's got to be something else. And so I came up with this concept about what could go wrong on Christmas, and we take our protagonist through something that traumatizes him on Christmas.
Well, let's watch it.
Of mistaken identity, walking home one Christmas Eve. It was not a silent night with sirens and red flashing lights. Said I looked like their suspect, hands behind my back under arrest. Tried to explain but didn't get far. My mugshot on a Christmas card. Behind concrete walls, Jack Frost was nipping but not at my nose. Telling Bubba no means no underneath the mistletoe. That holiday spent doing time, Christmas on Cell Block 9.
Oh, well, one of my standards that I sing every holiday season is Christmas in Jail. So that could be a backup to that. How did you go about filming that video?
It's so funny. That was filmed on location at our Creative Complex Brokeback Mansion in Columbus, Ohio, and what we did, we actually there's a sound stage there, and we actually created the jail cell from it was built from the ground up, and we just used that as our backdrop, and I put an open call out, to my friends to say, hey, we're going to be doing this, and so I got the crazy group to come along for the ride with me, and it was so much fun.
Oh, it was to watch. Now, the other clip we have is from a song that got you in a little bit of trouble.
Oh yeah, my most infamous song, my song about oral sex, rug burn. And yes, yes, yeah, that'll probably be on my tombstone. The writer creator of Rugburn, and yeah, you know what? We came up with the piece. I was approached by a DJ who wanted to work with me, and so he said, I got this track, and he wanted me to write to this piece, and I'm like, okay, we knew we were having a specific audience, and so I'm like, you know what? We're gonna do a song about oral sex, and I felt the piece. The hook came to me while I was feeling the piece, and I wasn't gonna get a woman to sing it, and I said, you know what, the song is controversial already. We're gonna make it even more controversial. We're gonna get a guy to sing this piece, and so we did. I worked with a great talented singer. His name is Brent Fabian, out of Columbus, Ohio, and we went to the studio, and he just really knocked it out of the park. And then I came up with the idea of doing a tribute to John Waters for the music video. And so his early stuff, most people know him from Hairspray, but I wanted to do something based on this earlier stuff that he did with Divine, and we did him on steroids for the video, and got us in a little bit of hot water, but we had a good time. Doing probably the most fun I ever had directing the music video.
Well, let's watch a bit of it now. Was that the climax of the video, or was there more?
There's more. There's more. The last challenge she has to do to determine if her date is worth the wrong bird is quite revealing. And then there's the uncut version online as well. That shows the outtakes and everything. So
the uncut version.
Yeah.
So it features uncircumcised men. Is that it?
Yes. Yes. All of that. Yes. So yeah, we had such a good time filming that video.
What are you working on now, Michael? And what would you like to do in the future?
Well, right now, we've got the retrospective that we just released, and so we're promoting our latest record, which is called "Take It to Your Grave." And it's doing very well on the radio charts. It's being very well received on radio. And I think I'm going to resurrect the Are You Worth a Rug Burn game show, because every time I'm out, in Phoenix, so people always ask me about this game show. So what we did, you saw the concept of the video there, and so what I did was I took that concept of the video and actually turned it into a live action game show that we were filming and performing here in Phoenix. And so I got a huge Wheel of Fortune wheel, that's the star of the show, and then we put our audience members through similar challenges that you saw on the video, and then we also developed that into a board game that folks could play at home. So we'll be doing that, and I think I'm going to bring that back. So,
all right, you mentioned earlier based in Columbus, and then you just mentioned Phoenix. Tell us the connection.
Yeah, so See Your Shadow actually was started in Columbus, Ohio. That is where we got our start. But then I moved us out here to Phoenix. But we still have a base in Columbus, Ohio. So we go back and forth. So when we're doing a special project, we go. I'll fly folks back to our home base, which is Brokeback Mansion in Columbus, Ohio. And we do a lot of filming there, and this photography studio has got the sound stage in the back, and every aspect of it. It's a four flight home, and every aspect of the home is a creative complex where we do a lot of filming, and it's just a good time.
And next, after you had that song currently running, what's your next project?
The next project will probably, of course, we'll do the Christmas campaign, and then we'll be working on another record next year, just to see. It depends on how I'm inspired, but yeah, there will be another single coming off of the retrospective next year. I haven't decided which one it's going to be though.
Okay. Well, Michael, I'm always ready for my close-up. So anytime you need me, I'll be there. Thank you so much for coming on Amber Live tonight.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure, and keep doing the good work. I love the show. The variety of guests I just love, and so keep it up. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael. But are you worth a rug burn? Let's find out.